We're recording. All right, I'm calling to order the regular meeting of the Warrenville Public Library District Board of Trustees meeting for October 20th, 2021, and we're starting at 7:03 p.m. So I'm going to do a roll call of Trustee Lazan. Here. Trustee Warren.
Here.
Trustee Richardson. Here. Trustee Pika. Present. Trustee DeRocher is also here, along with Director Whitmer, Assistant to the Director Davis, what's her name? And various others. We need to appoint a Secretary Pro Tem, and I believe that Jerry has agreed to serve in that capacity. So we have to make a formal motion?
No, you can just say.
So we are appointing Jerry.
Yeah.
Are you willing?
Yeah, but I think Joe wants to do it.
I don't care. I'm willing if you don't want to.
All right, then
I don't know
Jill.
what I have to do.
Jill, are
Consent
you-
agenda.
Basically have to sign next month's meeting minutes.
Okay.
We are appointing Jill Richardson as our Secretary Pro Tem. And I wanted to move on if there's any changes to the agenda. Changes to the agenda. If not, could I have a motion, please?
I move that we approve the agenda as listed.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Was that adding in the closed session?
We're not adding the closed
Yeah.
session. We don't
We're
need
not
to.
adding it.
We're not taking it away because it's not there. All right. We do have a presentation. Well, take it away.
Did you think Rick, did you think we needed closed session?
No, it was brought up.
All right, so we are recognizing Diana Abraham for her 15 years of service here at Warrenville. Thank you, please, for she's, like I said, worked here for 15 years, starting in part-time youth services. She's now full-time librarian in youth services, and not only integral part of that department, but integral part of this library and community as well. I've only been here for about 2 years, and I constantly seek her out for advice. Library related, not library related, baby related too, so appreciate that. She has presented story times and many other programs for many years, and I know for a fact that those children do love coming to the library just to see with Diana, because I've witnessed it on my desk, as people signed up, or just helping her set up the program. So I know that she is very important to a lot of people here. She's an absolute professional. We are very lucky to have her here, and congratulations for 15 years. Let's do another 15, right?
All right.
Yeah.
What's that?
Thank you so much. Yeah, I'd like to start young. So very quick for me is I am so lucky to be in a job that I absolutely love. Serving a community that is near and dear to me. Been very fortunate with colleagues who've been with me through several years of story times and programs and outreach. So it has been my absolute pleasure to be here. And of course, the support of our director, which Jackie and I have already mentioned that once Sandy goes, she and I are going along. So, no pressure, board. No, but honestly, we have great direction from the bottom up. And Sandy has been wonderful regarding just guiding us to new heights and such. So once again, thank you so much for allowing me to continue the job that I love and for allowing me the commute that I have to work, which is my favorite part. So, okay, that is it. So thank you. All right.
You got a snap picture with them.
Oh, you want-
Presentation of this.
That's like an old card catalog.
It's a card catalog.
Oh,
Thank you.
that's so adorable. All right.
Oh, let's do this.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay.
Indeed.
Are you comfortable with that?
I don't take your mask off, so we can get an actual face in there. Okay.
All right. All right.
Mask off, yes.
Great.
When I should have said thank you to my husband for being so supportive.
How long is your commute?
Walking, probably 5 minutes if I leisurely walk. Vehicle, not even a minute.
Well, it's a beautiful thing in this world today. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that the board is aware that Diana is very involved in some of the community organizations for us. So whenever those opportunities have come up and I've asked, she's always said yes. So I appreciate that connection to the community that you've created. So thank
Absolutely. I
you.
remember going to a national night out that you were at a few years ago, and you were absolutely magnet. Seriously, children just were coming in droves. Just have that personality.
There's something about wanting to keep the kids here, reading and growing with us, and yeah, that's what I strive to do. So thank you.
It was great for me, actually.
Congratulations. And we'll see you tomorrow.
That's right. I've got to go prepare for a toddler time tomorrow morning, so my husband and I are going to step up. Thank you
All right,
again so
thanks
much.
for coming.
For public comments.
Maybe I have some public.
We're a box here.
Thank you.
Thank you all very much.
Thanks, Paul.
Thanks, Paul.
All right, moving on, it doesn't look like we have any correspondence. So we're gonna move right to the consent agenda. Actually,
I'll say public comments. We did not get any emails from the public.
Joe, that was actually something you'll have to do this week.
Yes, I remembered that one thing.
Okay.
The secretary does. Consent agenda, A, approved minutes, September 15, 2021, budget and appropriation public hearing board meeting. B, approved minutes of the September 15, 2021 regular board of trustees meeting. C, approved minutes of the September 15, 2021 closed session meeting. D, receive and file financial report for September 9th. Oh, okay, that's it.
For September. Good.
Oh, September, yeah, the 9th.
All right.
Something
Could I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Wonderful. And we will do a roll call vote. Trustee Warren?
Who was
Aye.
the second on that?
Second. Sorry,
I thought.
I just
Yeah, she did.
get ahead of myself. Thank you, Trustee Pika. All right, Trustee Warren.
Aye.
Trustee Lazan.
Aye.
Trustee Pika. Aye. Trustee Richardson.
Aye.
And Trustee DeRosa votes aye. So the consent agenda is approved. Let's move on to the regular agenda.
I move that we pay the invoices in the amount of $40,344.33 for the period of September 16th, 2021 through October 20th, 2021, including electronic payments and checks 8457 through 8499. Checks number 8461, 8492, and 8494 are voided.
That was, the motion was made by Trustee Pika and seconded by Trustee Richardson. And we'll do another roll call vote. Trustee Richardson.
Aye.
Trustee Pika.
Aye.
Trustee Lazan.
Aye.
Trustee Warren.
Aye.
And Trustee DeRosa votes aye. And the motion passes. Okay.
I move that we transfer $125,000 from commercial checking account to operating checking account.
And that was moved by Trustee Warren, a motion by Trustee Warren and seconded by Trustee Pika. And again, we'll do a roll call vote. Trustee Lazan.
Aye.
Trustee Pika.
Aye.
Trustee Warren.
Aye.
Trustee Richardson.
Aye.
And Trustee DeRosa votes aye. Motion carries. All right, looks like we don't have any unfinished business, so we're moving on to new business. We're on page 21 of the agenda. The standards for Illinois Public Libraries staff report. such a comprehensive report. Really so much work, and I appreciate everyone who's worked so hard on it. Kathy, Paul, and Jackie. And I imagine others have done it as well. Is there anything that anyone wishes to say about this report?
Just say this is the first of two. You'll see an additional report next month from Jackie and I on some other items. Perhaps someone else, Cynthia, I think next month as well. And this is just annually going to be the standard for the per capita grant application. They're asking us to review all of these things on an annual basis. So the more detailed pages are actually the checklist that we have to review. And the state library likes us to put this in front of our boards and our trustees so that you're all aware of the suggested things that we should be doing at the library. So,
Well, and the things that we are doing,
right,
which
right,
is
a lot.
quite amazing, because this doesn't actually encompass everything that we're doing.
Right.
But it's pretty comprehensive anyway.
Yeah.
A section that just leads me to.
There is, and that will be in next month.
Okay.
Yep, good question.
Is there anything we need to prepare?
No,
Okay. Wonderful. All right. So since there's no action on this, are there any trustee comments regarding this report?
I find I have plenty of work that I have to do around the house based on this.
it's a good capital maintenance list, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's great. And the standards book is a great resource for public libraries. So it's good to keep our mind on these things.
I was wondering though, if the medical first aid kit that's put down below, if that also includes a defibrillator.
It does not.
It does not.
Yeah,
Okay.
we do not have a defibrillator. That's something that we could look into getting, but we haven't crossed that bridge.
I understand that those have gotten much less expensive.
I believe that they have, and I
Yeah.
believe there are even some more grant opportunities. Yeah,
So
And
that's something that would be a good thing to have here.
And that place is the shelter for tornadoes, right?
the lower level, yes.
So that might be a good thing to have in there.
Yeah, and it might, I think in a building our size, we probably would just need one. Probably if we would, I would actually ask either the emergency services person at the city or the fire department for a recommendation on where we would locate it. My guess would be they would want us to put it somewhere near this entrance
I would
because of
agree.
our proximity to the prairie path.
That's a
Oh,
really
yeah.
good point.
So
Do they do training on it as well?
I'm not sure. We'd have to look for somebody, and that's part of the
Just
cost.
to know how to use it, right? And
Right, I understand that the real costs aren't so much for the equipment, but the training piece as well as the supplies. The supplies do expire after a period of time, so whatever the pads are, and there's some consumable things that you just have to stay on.
you probably have to order it down if you want it in a year. 'Cause it's
Yeah.
always stuck in the supply. chain.
Right.
Well, still, because of the shelter need, and it'd be a stressful time. It might be
Right.
difficult to get up here to
Right.
get that one, even if,
It might be good to consider too,
as long as it's grants that can provide it.
right?
Then I guess you could trade them back and forth if you needed to, and just keep them
True.
fresh and.
True, yep, something to consider.
All right,
That
let's play that.
accommodations piece, that's that.
The accommodate, that's what, really Paul and his team are going to focus on that piece. I think that you may have discussed a phrase to put into the newsletter, maybe?
We discussed it a little bit with finalists.
Okay.
Because we do want to make sure.
That we have our back end stuff,
Well,
right, but eventually, I think actually technically there should probably be a statement in our newsletter about, if you need ADA accommodations for a program, there'll be a contact person for that. That's probably something that we would even put like on our board meeting agenda too. So we would definitely make people aware of who they can reach out to if they needed those types of accommodations.
I noticed that there was a statement that there would be some training in the next fiscal year
Yeah,
on several different things, and I'm assuming that training would all be, much of it would be lumped together, because it all had to do with this kind of.
some of it, I think, and I think Paul has already actually kind of looked for those opportunities and kind of assigned out the training opportunities. So
All right.
thanks for your feedback.
All right, so moving on to page 38 to review the truth in taxation public notice and then to approve it. Anybody have any questions regarding it? If not, if I
I
could have a
make a
motion.
motion that we approve the public notice and set public hearing. And,
It's on the other side,
yeah,
underneath the title of it.
we'll get there.
Page 38, there you go.
I move that we approve the truth and taxation public notice and set the public hearing for Wednesday, November 17th, 2021 at 7 p.m.
Second.
That was, the motion was made by trustee Pika and seconded by trustee Lazan. Can I do a voice vote?
Yes.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Good. So the director's report is very pithy this month.
Everything's fine, right?
Everything looks good.
Everything's good, yeah.
Everything looks good.
I will have a report for you next month, for sure. But, and I appreciated my time away. I told people that I think I've broken some bad habits, like working around the clock. So that's my goal. Yes, so I'm ready to,
So relaxation
that was the key.
was had.
Yes. Relaxation, was definitely.
Good for you.
I enjoyed the time off.
That's fantastic. All right.
The more we can see your face, it's really good. But it's only 2 days.
Right. It's good though.
All right, we're going to move on then to, we have quite a elaborate statistical report as usual. Does anybody have any comments about that? If not, or any comments about any of the directors, department head reports? I was happy to see the study room usage up so significantly. I mean, you know, you just opened them,
Right.
but I'm glad to see they're in use.
And I just made a note, I think we'll probably want to incorporate those study room numbers into this statistical report going forward. It is something that we have to report on when we do our annual report at the end of the year. So it would be good to have that incorporated into this report. So I'll look at doing that next month.
Okay, I did want to actually ask Jamie, if you could come online, Jamie, about your thoughts about the new residence project. Are you disappointed with only 2 resident cards getting fully activated, or is that what you were expecting?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yep.
So I wasn't exactly sure what to expect. We already had it in place since joining SWAN that members could or non-members could register online for immediate access to our digital databases, Overdrive and Hoopla. And we've had pretty low numbers for those people actually coming in and fully activating their cards and actually picking up their library cards. So right now, I believe we have, I want to say 4 to 6 that have, of the new residents that have fully activated their cards. So I think it'll be a matter of seeing over these next few months. Kathy Gatos and I will look to, we plan to continue through at least December or January as a test to then see how things are going and progressing with the project. So I am hopeful. I know the people that have already come in, you know, were surprised, one, to receive a library card, since, you know, they would say, like, I've never asked for one, but, you know, this just showed up in my mailbox. So I definitely think the people that are receptive to it are coming in and like are definitely utilizing it. So I am hopeful that, especially with all the new residencies available in Warrenville, that people will see this and will we'll have more fully activated members.
Great, I would love to get, definitely keep up your feedback on that, Jamie. I'm so interested to see what your thoughts are and how, if you think it's effective. I mean, based on, if it doesn't cost us much, I don't know why we wouldn't continue doing it unless it's just really a time suck. So,
And no, my staff really enjoy doing this process. So it's kind of a combines arts and crafts with, creating new library accounts. So, but yes, so this was the first month that we did it. So I'll definitely keep putting more details in the report as we continue on how things are going.
thanks, Jamie.
Yeah.
Any other trustee comments on any of the department head reports?
I just love the circulation information. It just blows my mind. Total transactions are a little bit over 13,000 and almost more than half of them are self-service. It's just amazing. No, I don't think it's a champagne. That's part of it.
Anything else? All right, anything that any of the department heads want to highlight? No? Okay. All right, we'll just move on then. The president's report notes that our auditors are supposed to come next month, but we got this gold update. This just in. They're not coming till December. So.
It was just a note for Barbara.
Oh, it's
because
just,
it's in
I'm
her
sorry, I thought
report,
everybody.
And Sandy got one as treasurer. Yeah.
All right, so because of some revisions that came up during the audit exit interview on Monday, the auditors need some additional time to complete the final report. Therefore, the audit will not be presented at the board meeting in November, as it was stated here, but at the December meeting. So that just came up this week.
Yep.
Anything you want to
Yes,
share
we
about
did.
that?
I can share it now. I think I gave an explanation for Sandy to read through the things that happened. This will just be a heads up for you. There are some journal entries that have to be changed. Where we had, for one example, was a check that we dated July 1st to get to our insurance company on July 1st, and I didn't expect the mail to be so expedient, and it got there before July 1st and they cashed it. And our accountant reported it as a transaction on July 1st, but because we're cash basis accounting, it should have been reported in the prior fiscal year. So that's an adjustment they're going to make. And a similar situation happened because we had a payroll date that was July 1st. But our payroll company pulls the money out, of course, before that July 1st date. So technically, it needs to be reported as a transaction in June. So they're making those changes. That was one thing. They wanted to get my approval to do that, which I'm fine with that. And then the other is they recommended that our special reserve fund be changed to a non-major fund, which means it gets reported in the financial report that the auditors prepare. It would be reported in aggregate with several smaller funds, and we would only have one major fund, a corporate fund. But I feel that they do some testing and there's some thresholds that the account has to meet for them to consider it a major fund. But I feel that we have enough of a fund balance in our corporate fund that we will be transferring some money into the special reserve fund. And next year, it would probably qualify as a major fund again. And so my feeling is that we should report it consistently just as a major fund from year to year, so that we're not flip-flopping back and forth. So they're making that change, which requires some additional balance testing and things on their end of things. So they did ask if we would be willing to extend the report date from November to December, and I think that's reasonable. So that's all. But otherwise, from what I heard yesterday when we met with them, a good audit. So
We usually have those, and that's a good thing.
Yeah.
All right. Sandy, treasurer's report.
Well, Director Sandy just explained the whole sickage thing. We did receive 2 of our tax distributions in September. So we have received 97.91% of our corporate tax dollars budgeted.
Okay. That's very optimistic. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
All right, I'm assuming we don't have a secretary's report unless you just want to.
Oh, awesome. I didn't have to do anything.
All right, that's fantastic. And we didn't have any committee meetings this month, as far as I'm aware. Any trustee comments?
I just wanted to say that my grandson has been enjoying story time,
Oh,
even though he's afraid to get out of grandpa's lap. And like won't say anything. He, definitely a COVID baby. He's kind of like afraid of everybody. So, but yeah, but when we say you want to go to story time, he gets all excited and grabs his shoes to go to the library and to go to story time. So he's all excited about that.
How old is he?
He's 18 months.
Oh.
So he gets really excited to come.
That's good. Thank you for sharing that. And I know Kiri, one of our youth services librarians, she's talked about, the fact her children are pretty young and the fact that they've really not experienced those
People.
group settings. Yeah. So it's really
She's
challenging for.
Yeah, I
children.
mean, the daughter-in-law still doesn't even take him to the grocery store already.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so he's not around people, and we had him for the weekend, and we took him to Sunny Acres, and he was just freaking out at all the people.
Yeah.
He wanted to see the moos and the babas, but didn't realize that they weren't the size that he holds in his hand, But yeah, he's very much afraid of the people.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's been, but he really looks forward to coming here.
Good. Well, that's
Really looks forward to
Good.
it.
Well, maybe this will be a step in the social arena. for
Yeah,
him.
that's what we're hoping.
Yeah.
Good. All right.
We'll pass that along for sure. Thank you for
Yeah.
sharing.
Okay.
I noticed that in the paper the other day that the Chicago Tribune, that reading and math scores for Illinois students are down again, I guess, this year. So I'm thinking that may be COVID related, but I would hope that as things loosen up a little bit and people become less fearful of coming out,
Yeah,
that might pick up, but it's certainly not the trying.
Right. Right.
well, there's a lot of interaction when they're in school with other kids that they're missing, doing it online. How many kids were really there online?
They're
Right,
so
I think we all
checked out.
lost a year.
Last
Yeah, a lot of
year,
inequality in
any
kids who
children
aren't
that
getting
were
the
online,
services too.
Yeah,
they were just checked out. It was
Oh, yeah.
so hard,
right,
so hard on them, so hard on the teachers to convey whatever they wanted to convey.
yeah.
And it was really up to the parents, and the parents are trying to work at home and manage their children, so
Yeah.
it's not like they could homeschool at the same time.
But
You
they're
know?
trying to do their work.
Yeah,
And-
it was a challenging year, that is for sure.
And we haven't, I think use of our materials has not rebounded fully yet. There's improvements, every month we see improvements, but I will say, I think the children's material, picture books, that's the #1 collection here circulating. Everywhere. So now that we're back to having story times and starting up our programs, I think things will,
Is the discovery room in full function though?
no, we haven't brought
Okay.
out any of the manipulative things.
Okay.
The staff have done some fun things in there that kids can interact and point at, I think, things on the table.
Yeah.
But we haven't brought the toys back yet, because in that room, there are young kids in that room. Stuff goes to the mouth, and
Yeah.
so we're holding off on that for a bit longer.
Winter
know you have
reading
these
lists should be
magnet
helpful in
things.
that regard.
Pardon me?
Winter reading lists.
Yes. And we're gonna have a winter reading program this year, a reading challenge. And I think we're using, we subscribed to a new app called Beanstack, so people will be able to use if they have a device, a phone or tablet, they can log their reading online that way. So it's a first step toward summer meeting. But, yeah. I don't know all the details. It'll be coming in the newsletter in mid to late November. Watch for the details there.
Okay. We don't really have any items for information discussion. So we have our final thing.
Oh,
That we adjourn this meeting.
All right, motion made by trustee Warren. Anyone want to second that?
Jill
Jill
just
did.
said-
Jill, trustee Richardson seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting is adjourned.